I remember it was about 18, almost 19 years ago when my husband and we were newly married. We had a mortgage, two car payments, and he was laid off from his job, and I had just lost my job. Now I was in the process of getting another job. I lost my job because the company that I was working for went out of business. But it's a small town, so I was able to secure a job as a substitute teacher at the local schools. So one night we were hungry. We didn't have a lot of money in the bank account, and I knew that I would need something for lunch the next day, but I also knew that we didn't have a lot of money in the bank. So we were headed to Wendy's to get us a couple of dollar burgers to tie us over for the evening. And as we were riding, I can remember riding down that dark road. It was a back road, headed to the truck stop. I said to my husband, "Is that money in the road?" Now, mind you, I prayed. I said, "God, I trust you. I don't know where it's going to come from." And at the time, we couldn't really lean on anybody else because my parents still had my brothers in college. Like, no one around us had anything that we needed at the time. But that was the perfect opportunity for God to show up and show out. So as we were riding down the road, I asked my husband, I said, "Is that money in the middle of the road?" So we stopped, and sure enough, it was $1. So I picked it up, wrote a little bit more. There was another $1. And I promise you, from the moment we started riding until we got to the end of the road to get on Highway 44 to get out to the truck stop, we found dollars. It was like it was strategically placed in the middle of the road, and it was like God was saying to me, "Tedra, I got you. All you have to do is lean in." Now, over the years, there has been bigger challenges, and every single time God has come through for me and my family. And it's our human nature to immediately freak out when something isn't right, or when someone tells us this is old, or you got to do this, or that's in jeopardy. It can be scary if you are walking in flesh. And I will admit, I'm not always spiritual. I'm a human being, and it is crucial that we force ourselves daily to stay in the presence of God, to stay in a posture of worship, because if not, it's like a switch flip to being carnally minded instead of spiritually minded. And in those carnal minded moments, we don't think like God will have us to think. We begin to freak out because that's human nature. We begin to worry. We begin to fret. We begin to become frustrated because we don't know how we're going to make this happen. No matter how many times God has shown us miracle after miracle after miracle, we still miss the message. So I just wanted to encourage someone today. I know it may look bad. I know it may even feel bad. But flip the script today. Flip that switch from carnally minded to spiritually minded. And how you do that is you stay in a posture of prayer. Even if you don't feel like praying, pray. Even if you don't feel like worshiping, worship God. Because that's what takes us from where we are to where we want to be. And what you'll notice is it's not really all that bad. I hope and pray that you have an amazing day. I hope that the message inspired someone to trust God. He has not failed us yet. And everything doesn't look good. Everything doesn't feel good. But there is a reason for it all. I hope and pray that you have an amazing day. Be blessed.